Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 6th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning fairly early-ish, not too bad. Got the dogs outside, got them taken care of. Went ahead to jump in the hot tub for a few minutes, got a nice little soak on. It's nice to have it back up and fresh. I don't know what happened to that thing, man. That thing went like rancid real quick. So it is what it is. But yeah, who knows? I never had my other soft side hot tub. It never went that bad. And like that, I had some algae blooms before, but nothing like that. That thing was absolutely rancid. So, but I did find some chemicals I'm gonna start adding before I do my next water change. It's like helps remove all the stuff in the lines and stuff. Did some research and whatnot of what they recommend using. So gonna be able to give it a real good scrubbing next time before I actually drain it as well. Kind of like a tank flush, I guess, the best way of putting it. So, but went ahead, got done with that, got the dogs separated out and fed, got that taken care of, and then wife was off to work, and that was all good to go. Kind of hanging around in the morning. Didn't have any dogs coming today, so had one that was supposed to go home, and they reached out, wanted to know if I could extend the stay another day. I think this is like the third time we extended it, which they booked it for like a single overnight, and it's like turned into like 4 overnights or something. But just keep extending it out, and it's his mother is in the process of actively dying. They don't know exactly when or how long it's going to take, so they're over in Orlando trying to figure out what's going on with that. So they don't know what's happening. Sounds like tomorrow they're coming home. At least one of them, at least sounds like at least she's coming home and getting the dog for a night or two and going back over kind of thing. And just that whole, they're like, it's any minute that the lady could pass, and that's just such a hard time to leave at that point, because in your mind you're like, God, I'm gonna feel so horrible if I leave her. And then she goes. So, and I'm like, absolutely don't worry about it. She's got plenty of food. She's eating good. She's playing with the dogs. She's fitting in real good. That's the one thing I will complain is they got a big ass bone I got for her that she chews on, but when she chews on it, she's such a silly dog. She puts it against my wall of like the bathroom and the closet right there, and the bone's laying against the wall. So as she chews on it, that grinding teeth sound on the bone echoes to the whole wall and acts like a damn microphone, like into an amplifier, and it's just like massively so loud, like it just echoes. And I'm just like, okay, so I moved the bone off the wall, try to knock it off, and then she'll chew on it again for a little bit, and then just a few minutes later she's right back against the wall again with that darn bone. So, and she's like, yeah, she does that at home too. It drives us crazy. So that's the biggest downside for that. But they went ahead and got that figured out. So who knows, maybe tomorrow it'll get picked up. We'll see. Tell them I said if I run out of food, then I'll let you know. We have to, get more food for it. But other than that, we're good still. So do what you guys need to do. So it was all fun with that whole setup was there. Got a few other things done in the morning, not too much. Decided to work on the Suburban that I paid somebody to completely do the job, and they had it for just shy of 6 months and completely screwed it up. So I decided I was going to spend a little bit of time on it myself. So I started off, went ahead and pulled the radiator shroud off, the fan off and stuff, and trying to get the fan off from the water pump pulley. The idiot had used coarse thread bolt. I don't know, apparently went to the hardware store and picked them up. I have no damn idea what the hell was up with that. So he went and got those and cross-threaded into my pulley. So I got to buy another $80 pulley because it's ruined. Trying to get the bolts out, I was having a hell of a time. One of the bolts I actually had to break off because I couldn't get the thread out. It was so cross-threaded in there. So I was not happy about that. But got that part off. That took way too damn long. Absolutely ridiculously too long a time. And my toolbox is still across the street at my old house, and I need to move it over here, but I don't want to put it out in the backyard where my truck is now parked. I moved my Suburban onto the patio, so it is what it is. I need a lift to do the work that needs to be done on the brakes on that kind of stuff, but I'm working on it the best I can with what I have. So went ahead and got the pulleys all off it, and I started looking at things. I'm like, it looks like there's a spacer below the crank pulley, which why there's a spacer behind the crank pulley I don't know, because he talked about how the other pulleys weren't lining up, and he's trying to find a spacer for the water pump pulley and stuff to make it line up. And I'm like, there's a spacer right there. Why the hell are you asking me to find? I spent 3 days trying to find a spacer for the water pump pulley that doesn't exist. I'm like, that's not possible. Figure out a different way of doing it. So I had to go back there and look at like, this is where this was lined up. This was the old pulley that came off. This is how I line up on there. And what it was is where the mounting surface is compared to the outside. He was only looking at the outside, not the mounting surface. So I showed him that stuff months ago. And I'm like, this is exactly where it should be. So stop being an idiot and just put my shit back together. So But I pulled it all apart. Nope, the reason it's there, and he ran my air conditioner off my water pump pulley, which can't do because it takes too much torque. So not only is it not running the air conditioner, it also stops the water pump from moving. So you got that issue. So in that process, I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. So I pull it apart, and sure enough, he's put a spacer between the new aluminum pulleys that I bought for it, the 3 belt, and stuck a half-inch spacer in there, which threw all the belts off half-inch out, which why nothing lined up. So got that done. Also was able to get my power steering pump repositioned because he had it so cocked over to the side that you couldn't check it. Like, you literally had to take the belt off it to get to check the power steering pump, which is ridiculous. It was tilted underneath the alternator. I'm like, how did he screw it up that bad? He put a different belt on it. I don't know where the belts came from. I assume he just grabbed them out of a pile of stuff because it worked fine when I had it. But so he put a different belt back on it, and the belt didn't fit. So he had it way over, so the belt would fit in there. Same as for the air conditioner. The belt that he grabbed, by the way, is too wide of a belt. It's a 3/4 inch belt, should be a 5/8 inch belt. But he grabbed a big belt on it, and the V didn't sit in. But in order to make it have enough length for the belt to reach, he cocked the air conditioner condenser, or the compressor, all the way over to where it was like literally the thickness like a business card away from touching my valve covers. And all the hoses are all out of whack and stuff. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I was like, I got to reposition these bolts. No, I don't have to reposition the bolts. Just tilt it how we're supposed to be so it'll get tight on the belt. And that's where it's supposed to sit. And it sets perfectly low. I'm like, I wouldn't have thought that Vintage Air would have screwed something that bad. So got that all lined up. So now I got to do is measure for my new belts. Got to find that. I also got to build or have a new custom radiator built for it, or order one. Haven't decided what I'm going to do yet though. I want to upgrade my radiator as well because I'm running a lot of extra, the air conditioning is going to pull a lot of heat into that motor that at idle I want to make sure I don't overheat. So went ahead and agreed on talking to the new mechanic who's going to work on it in like a month, that he said I need a new radiator. So I'm going to try and start doing some of this to save myself the money, because I was quoted $9,000 to fix all this shit that guy screwed up. So paid a guy, his was out done in a month, 2 months, worst case scenario. 6 months later, get back, and then I'm now getting quoted $9,000 to fix what he messed up, because anything's so messed up. And a lot of it's just going through and trying to figure out what he did wrong. It's gonna be a lot of it. So trying to eliminate as much of that as I can. So I got at least that done. Like I said, I gotta get belts ordered, gotta measure it so I can get belts ordered. I think the best way is gonna be just put like some, probably use like speaker wire, see if I have an extension cord or something. I don't want anything that stretches. I want rope that stretches that I can wrap around there and then take it to the auto parts stores, order me some belts, and get all my belts all lined up and reinstalled. And depending on if he stripped out the bolts in the water pump or not, I might have to buy a new water pump also, because I won't have Tigo to actually thread on the new pulley. So hopefully that's all it is. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. Who knows? So yeah, there's all that good fun stuff. So got that much done though. I got quite a bit. I was crawling underneath it stuff, looking at some other things and trying for what things are there. We talked about keeping the firewall sealed up with whatever we need to do so I don't get all the fumes from the engine and stuff in there. He's got giant holes in it. It was a mess. So I spent probably 2 hours on it, which would have been more productive if I just started from the beginning and trying to figure out what they did wrong. So, but I'm doing the best I can. I'm putting all the bolts back in where they came out. I don't lose anything, because that's just the easy way in life to do it. You can make up little cardboard cutouts that pull it where they go, or in this case, like the fan shrouds, it doesn't matter. It's gonna get sold or given to somebody else who wants to do a restoration on one of these things to put it back to original, that I don't care about, because I'm not using the fan shroud, not using the radiator. So I played that for a while, crawled around the ground. My back's already sore, my shoulder stuff hurts from crawling around the ground. So yay, there's that fun that if I had a lift, that wouldn't be happening right now, but it is what it is. But I feel accomplished. Like I feel like I accomplished something at least. That's the main thing. I also noticed he broke my power steering booster, or not power steering, power brakes booster. Broke it. That's, I think, probably why I put the stock one back on there. It says, and then he broke it and ordered a new one and get the right one. So we'll just go ahead and say to hold it and just replace the stock one. It doesn't have power to run the brakes. So who knows what else is wrong. But yeah, that's what we got there. From that, went ahead and got cleaned up. I was playing with the dogs the whole time. It was funny. I'm underneath the truck, and the dogs were in the truck with me and stuff. And I'm like, okay, stop licking my ear while I'm trying to work on my truck. So we had a good fun with it. Got done with that, went ahead and had myself a nice little cigar. And then I basically went out and got my run in, got back, gave myself a shower. Wife got home from work, and mom was gonna make burgers, I guess. So she ended up frying up some hamburgers in like the skillet my wife makes pancakes on. Not really sure why she did that instead of doing them in a pan, but that's what she wanted to do. So went ahead and got that cooked up. My wife's gonna do onion rings, and she forgot, so she stuck them in last minute. So the burgers got cold and cooked the onion rings, and I thought she said she forgot to cook the onion rings. I'm like, okay, cool. We're not having onion rings then. That's my thought, so no big deal. So I went ahead and said, held it, and went ahead and made 2 burgers, thinking without onion rings, I'll eat 2 burgers. And the buns had been in the freezer, and they came back out. I don't know if they didn't have time to fully thaw out or what, but they were like rubbery. They were like damp and rubbery, kind of gross. So it sounds dumb, but like the bread's rubbier enough that the burger kept sliding out of the bun. So couldn't grip the burger in the bun, kept trying to slide out, which is usually what happens when you have a frozen and thawed bun. Seems to be the thing. So I'm just like, we're not poor. Why are we buying buns and then putting them in the freezer? Buy the buns that we need when we need them. And yeah, so especially if these are like $8 buns. These things are super expensive. Like they're the all season like bagel bun things and stuff. The onions and stuff. They're really good buns, but they are rubbery and gross right now. So I don't know. It is what it is. So yeah, that's the thing, I guess. So yeah, went and had that. Watched another episode of Wentworth. Headed back out with the puppies. We hung outside. Was able to get a few things accomplished. Nothing too major. Just kind of simple little stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much what we had. Went ahead and just hung out with them again, and then basically after the cigar was done, headed back in. Wife said it was late enough, although it was actually kind of early, I thought, but she was exhausted, so she headed to bed, and I watched a little bit of stuff as I basically stayed up trying to slowly put myself tired to go to sleep. And then she kept snoring, and she needs her CPAP working. Apparently her CPAP doesn't work anymore or something. I don't know, whatever the hell it is, but she's like scream snoring and stuff. I'm having to like poke her, get her roll over, because like I'm afraid she's gonna die with her sleep apnea. So yeah, that was my day. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.